Right. Let's get cracking. Well, first of all, good morning, everyone. As I said, great to be spending some time with probably one group of people who are getting less sleep than I am at the moment. But thank you for staying up through the night to see me for breakfast.
You saved us in the lockdown. Yeah. We're now in what I would call a survival mode.
But not frightened.
And we want to succeed, and that's what it's about.
About galleries, castles, theatres, etc. Quite rightly. But we don't include the counterculture elements, the Fabrics London, the Ministry of Sound, Sub Club. At some point, I would willingly urge, if possible, that we can start to include some of those youth culture environments.
That's a great idea.
There's no culture with that.
Much more likely to be at one of those establishments than I am to be at the orchestra, the opera, or the theatre. So, much to my wife's disappointment.
This city is one of the most desirable cities to visit on the planet. But if it doesn't have safety, if it doesn't have a thriving nighttime industry, if the restaurants and bars aren't there, why visit?
We've hired 20,000 more police officers across the country that we said we would over this Parliament, delivered. The one place that has failed on their recruitment targets for that is in London. Is the Met. And it's like we've provided the funding, we've done everything, and it's worked everywhere else apart from London.
We have incidents where one of my staff members just asked for an ID and got shown a knife at the place of work. So that kind of cuts it for me.
Their job is not to do kind of virtue signalling policing. Their job is to do the nuts and bolts of policing and keep people safe and use the powers that they've been given, whether it's stop and search or whatever else. And I've got your back as an industry. You saw that during COVID. Thank you for what you do. It's very important for our country. And if we're elected, you're going to have our full support to get back up to full steam ahead. So thank you for making a bit of time for me this morning at what is probably the least convenient time for all of you. So go home, get some sleep. Okay,
before we close, may I please, on behalf of Soho in general, but certainly the Soho Business Alliance, thank you guys for alfresco.
Good.
We were one of the first areas that were allowed to test the theory. Honestly, we know that we calculated that we saved at least 50,000 jobs locally and more than 150 through the supply chain just during the pandemic. So thank you very much.